Very good afternoon to you all. Very good afternoon to you, the gorgeous, lovely ladies who get in wonderful, scrumptious food on our tables and on our plates. It's good to have you. The first question that comes to mind, and since we are talking about We Women Want, and this is a women's achievement platform that we bring you over here, is, Guntas, I would like to ask you, why is it that this industry is predominantly dominated by men, especially when back home your mothers are the ones and your sisters are the ones and your wives and daughters are the ones who are actually cooking in the kitchen?
Firstly, thank you for this opportunity. I'm honored to be here and sitting with esteemed chefs. I think Indian mindset has always been that men are the one who are going to get, the flour to the table and women are going to make bread out of it. That's how the mindset's always been. While women would be cooking at home, they were never considered the primary bread earners. But if you do realize, they've been the one who've been in the kitchen all throughout. But when you till today, when you mostly go to the restaurant kitchens, you will still see predominantly male-dominated. It would also be because of the number of hours that would be needed and the time that is taken and the physical labor also, because cooking can also be exhausting. But I think as times are changing, you're also seeing women out there in the forefront, bringing all the culinary knowledge out there for everyone.
Shazia, it's a difficult profession to be in. You have to put in the work, you have to work around the clock, and your training also, it's strenuous, morning, evening, nights, you're doing the graveyard shifts when you're in training. Again, this would dissuade a lot of women from opting this profession. How has your journey been particularly?
My journey has been fabulous. Post MasterChef, there's so much that has happened. Opening a culinary institute in Bangalore and a cookbook author, hosting television shows. So it's been fabulous. I've just been enjoying myself and doing what I love doing the most, that's cooking. All the way to everyone's heart.
But how did the journey start? Because were there hindrances? Were your parents encouraging you? What was your mother's thoughts about this?
Nothing much. I was married, settled, kids, all done, sorted in life, where nobody thought that there was any need for me to step out of my comfort zone and get a recognition or an identity for myself. I was very much someone's daughter, someone's wife, someone's daughter-in-law, mother, wife, everything. So that inner thing that, irrespective of all this, I want to get a name for myself. I want to be recognized. So the thing, when I got an opportunity, everybody was like, why are you doing it? Why do you need it? What's the necessity? So,
what's such a flivorous question to ask?
it didn't look then. This happened like 10, 11 years ago. It's almost been a decade since then. But then, post this journey, I was an inspiration to many women who were just at home and were great cooks. Now with the social media platform they have, the way they are showcasing their culinary skills, it's amazing that how it has, in a decade, things have changed so
fantastic. And you being a role model for millions and millions of women over there.
It's amazing.
Especially for housewives, especially those who are sitting at home, have a purpose in life.
Correct.
They utilize their social media, their microblogging sites to put out what they're capable of.
Exactly.
Yeah? So that's a good example. I also have with me Shipra. How's your journey from being successfully and envisaging for yourself this title of being a celebrity chef started?
Winning MasterChef India was the platform that turned my passion into profession. And I think a lot of us are like passionate cooks, most of us, whether we're sitting at home or we're working, doing any job anywhere. And things really turned out to be beautiful because not just winning MasterChef, but then all the opportunities that I got post-winning, and also realizing all these three questions that you asked the rest of the chefs, that how it's a male-dominated industry, and how do you make a mark in it. I think it was then that I just realized my purpose is more than just cooking. It's like also paving a path for all the young next generation kids, girls, especially in our country. I think because India, as big a country or a nation it is, we are very primitive in our thought process. And I think in every industry, girls should actually shine bright. They should be given equal opportunity. And culinary expertise being one of the fields, or hospitality being one of the fields, when girls come in, they just want to join the front office. They don't want to go in the kitchen. They are just considered too weak or just not, enough
Equipped enough to actually handle the stress, pressure.
I mean, stress and pressure is everywhere. I think all of us who are working or sitting here today, they know whether you're a politician or you're working or you're doing a job or working in the kitchen. Everybody has some stress moments, but definitely women are built way better, if they can get a child and take care of the family and go and work outside, definitely are well equipped. But just getting that equal opportunity as men do, just gender bias not being everywhere. I think that was like one big thing, and I actually started this word where I really instigated I do a lot of motivational speeches as well in colleges, and so there I would always say girls, this is like a really good rewarding industry where you can just go, and if you're talented, if you're passionate enough, and if you love cooking,
matter what sex you are.
Yes, I mean, why not? And now today I see that a lot of young girls are getting into food, whether that's a food blogger or whether doing at home and social media picking up, or whether it's just in the kitchen, So when I traveled abroad, I do a lot of menus outside the country as well, and I would always see few girls in the kitchen, but never in India. And I would always feel really bad about it. My country should have that progress, and we have everything, laid out. Why is there gender bias in every industry? And of course, I could just speak for the one I'm in.
Yeah.
So then,
also, who has been that one support system for you? Because it's a tough journey, from being at the stage that you were, and now that being a celebrity chef, winning the Master Chef. Who has been your one support system? Because we all need support systems to progress in our lives and to be successes that we are.
I think, meeting, one plus of being in this position is you meet a lot of people. Once you meet a lot of people, you get to see and listen to a lot of stories. I think every story is powerful in itself. And that inspires you enough to stand for what you have, you're there to resolve. So your resolve becomes stronger with that.
Okay. Guntas, the same question to you. Who has been the one support system? Has it been your mother, any family member, friend, role model? Who would you attribute your success to?
Circumstance, to be really honest. I think, so I had a degree in finance, but I loved food so much that when I moved to Bombay, that became my way of expressing my creativity. And it was literally, life put me in a position that if I truly want, I literally gave up my career because I was I love food so much, and everyone was why would you leave chartered accountancy? You have a career.
That's interesting. That's an interesting background to have. I would like to know more about this.
So, I still remember my CA finals, and I come back home, and you would want to rest, and I was more interested in hey, I want to make a taco out of a kulcha and put chole in it and dress it up with some onions, and I want to have that. And my father was you have an exam day after, and I was yeah, but this kind of excites me more. But I've been very lucky to have very supportive parents, husband, in-laws, everyone who encouraged me, motivated me, but I still truly believe it was the passion in me, the love for food, that always kept me going. And I think social media has been very rewarding. You put something up, the amount of love that they give you, even when you're tired, you get up and you're you know what, let's do it again. Let's bring something else out there, because of the love that you get all the time, the acceptance, the recognition, everything that you get.
Absolutely. Also, Shazia, this is one of the professions that our society, the masses, would be happy to see women in. Like I said, a traditional sort of a setup. There are already women who are in the kitchen. They're supposed to be in the kitchen. Traditionally, women are the, cooks. They are the ones who are taking care of the household. Yeah. And then coming out and receiving so much love, then going to MasterChef, getting acceptance within your family. Was that ever an issue? Perhaps not for you, but women who are perhaps at not a position where they are so well aware, or their family is so well aware, or so educated, or look forward to women stepping out of the house. How can we encourage them? How can we put that message across to them?
I think, like you said, cooking is something that comes very naturally, and like the other chef said, in India there is a concept that it's the women of the house who have to do the cooking, and the men are the bread earners and all that. So that's changed quite a bit from what it was. I mean, like I said, social media has played such a big role. Even women sitting at home, and maybe they might not be allowed to go out and work, or like, you know, it might not be now. Sab kuch आराम से हो जाता है, and if you are talented and if you are passionate, I think there is a long way you have in this field. It's no looking back at all in any way. It's not necessary that you have to work. See, there are different categories. Some we have some of the most, especially in Bangalore, we have leading restaurants who have female chefs who are the head chefs of those places. And then at the same time, it's a different category. You can also sit at home, and if you are passionate, if you have content, you can just, there is easy way out. Put your content there, and you have, like
followers.
She said, it's very
Millions
rewarding.
and millions of followers
and we have
fans.
Shipra, we have people like us who also host TV shows. We have our own.
But now it's like the food
Yes,
scene is
it's
so much
totally
easier.
different
Like,
from
you
what
know,
it
when-
was.
If you are passionate about cooking, there's so many
So
mediums
much,
you can
correct.
just shine out there. It's not like the old
So have you ever faced gender biases during your journey, during your struggles?
That's
I don't know.
always there, right? Like being a woman.
Yeah, so
in
I would
this
like to know,
country is always
particularly
gender
when you are chefs, when you are cooking, when you are actually fighting it out with the men and vying for the same positions, what were the struggles that you had to face?
I think acceptance is one. Like, it's
Yeah.
a very big one. You both would agree, you know, like a woman dictating and like telling you like to what to do and what not to do is just not acceptable by a man. And especially in the
There you
kitchen
go.
setup where, you know, they have like a bigger, maybe like
correct,
more
correct.
experience than you do.
Yeah.
And they're like so many seniors and they're like, all my life I've been cooking, and this young girl comes in and
Yeah.
says, this is not right, it's not happening. It's not acceptable. So I think acceptance by the men saying that, okay, they can also do it is I think big challenge.
Okay. I'm completely out of time. I thank all of you for joining me
you so
and
much for
sharing
this
your
one.
views.
We are not done.
You are. I could go on and on and on, but perhaps, like, you know, we could invite you on our telecast on NewsX another time. But thank you so much. You've been
Thank
such an
you, thank
inspiration, and a huge round of applause, audience, for all our celebrity chefs over here.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.